Should I not adjust myself at all?
Yeah, just don't adjust yourself at all. So, or could you dim the lights? You know what, Debbie, turn around just because of the lighting in this room. I want people to see, a little bit more than that, because people still need to see.
I think
More light than that, yeah. I just didn't want the spotlight to shine on things. So, I hope that when you teach, when you put people into Shavasana, you turn the lights out. Like you try, we're trying to go into sensory deprivation, we're trying to go inside. So we try to, make that as, to try to facilitate that as much as possible. There are different schools of thought about assisting during Shavasana. If you're assisting somebody, they're more up in their energy. They're less sinking into their body. So assisting, some people say not supposed to assist during Shavasana, but I think one of the things that's different in this day and age with Yoga Club and podcasts and all that sort of stuff, to have a real live yoga teacher and not to be touching your students. I think you should touch your students, that with boundaries and respect for those that don't want to be touched. But the difference between me and Yoga Glow is that I can assist you. And you can be doing your Yoga Glow all day long, but you have no idea if you're right or not. So people in Shavasana, there are different things. I usually say, if I can assist everybody, I will. If I can't assist everybody, sometimes I'll look at somebody who is either, has said to me during class, the back is hurting them or something is hurting them, and I'll give them an assist. If I can only assist one or two people, I'll do that. If I can assist a few people, I might say, if you'd like an assist, place a hand in your belly. And we went around about this, which, do you say place a hand in your belly if you don't want an assist, or if you do want an assist? This is Shavasana, this is not. So I would say, if you want the assist, place a hand in your belly, and then I know that when I'm done, that everybody's lying with their hands like this. And some people will voluntarily, if it seemed, you have no idea how many people are going to ask for an assist. If every single one of you put your hand in your belly, it's like, okay. And I might say, gee, all 14 of you want an assist, I'm sorry, I can only do a few. And maybe some people would voluntarily, release their arms or whatever. But anyway, I like to say either place a hand in your belly and I'll come over and assist you, or one of the things that I've said is take a block and stand at the end of your mat up, before people go into Shavasana, I'll say, if you do not want to be touched, do this at the end of your mat, and people will flatten blocks. Because then that's a clear sign, to stay off. So how are we going to work it? There are lots of ways to do it, but I don't think that lying in Shavasana with one hand in your belly is, I don't want to leave somebody there. So, okay. So you could do nothing to somebody in Shavasana. You could, the easiest thing to do would be to simply ground the legs. And I'm going to stop right here because I'm going to say something about feet. If you're going to do a couple of people, if you're going to do feet, you're only going to do feet. If you want to do somebody's head, don't do somebody's feet and then do somebody's head. They're not going to know, but, and avoid things. Like if Debbie's head were here, I'm not going to stand over her. I've seen teachers do this where the wall is right here and they wanted to give a shoulder adjustment and so they've done this. You don't do that. You don't stand with your crotch over somebody's face. Okay? Their eyes are closed, they don't know, but it's energetically, you just don't do that. So, if you want to give an assist but they're too close to the wall, then don't give the assist. If you're going to do heads, make sure you're not going to do somebody's feet in between. So an easy thing to do right here is to, I'm just going to do some basic ones because we won't have time for some of the ones that we did in teacher training. You guys got lucky. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to place her shoulder, the roundness of her shoulder into the heel of into the center of my palm. And I'm going to begin to press down to get her shoulders to go towards the floor. So this is a gradual process. I'm not coming in and forcing her shoulders to the floor, but I'm suggesting that she release tension in her shoulders. And then once her shoulders go down, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to transition. And Kelly and I were talking about this before, and you learned in massage school that you would not then go like this and go like this. Okay, that you go from here. If I'm going to then put a little traction on her neck, I'm going to take one hand out and the other hand out so that I'm always touching her. And then I'm just going to give a little traction on the neck, reaching up underneath the skull. I could do that a couple of times. I'm just gently rocking the head from side to side, because rocking is very relaxing. And I'm going to go around her head. I'm just going to give her some, like a hug with my hands, and be very careful that I don't put a lot of pressure on her temples. I'm going to press gently along her eyebrows. The bladder meridian goes up the center of the skull to the crown of the head. And then I'm going to release gradually. Okay, so I do pressure on the shoulders, traction on the neck, a little pressure on the head. I'm going to finish the feet. I don't see, this would not be an ideal situation. I really wouldn't do much more to her than I already did because of the wall behind me. If I wanted to give her traction, I barely unpin the wall. I can't really give her traction. I would need space to do that. But it feels good to squeeze the bottoms of the feet. I could squeeze and pull each toe. A little squeeze the bottom of the feet. So a little shoulder press, a little neck traction, a little head, bladder meridian, and I just went like to about here, wherever my thumbs stopped, and then just gradually release pressure. So let's do that.